All right, we are moving onward with our build here. We are going to try and install the barrel. I think that's what we do next. Set up our barrel and make sure that that's torqued on correctly. Now, when I bought this Timber Creek, I thought I was going to need a barrel nut because I didn't know, and I didn't really notice that it comes with it. So if you just loosen these up, you got 2 screws here and 2 smaller ones inside there, but there's the barrel nut. Now the smaller ones look like they're set screws to hold hold this against the barrel nut itself when it's in there. So wherever those end up lining up, they will secure it to the barrel nut as well as clamping it down. So this is our barrel nut, and I did go and buy some tool, little head here, because I couldn't find it on anything else. Looks like the 1 3/16 inch should work without rounding it much. It's probably metric, but we'll go with that for right now. And I set my torque wrench to 30. We're going to put this on, torque it to 30, and we'll loosen it, we'll torque it again, we'll loosen it and torque it again. That's what I've seen online. Now we're going to do it on this vise. Again, the vise is not this generic AR15 block is terrible because it doesn't fit it very well. So I'm sure there's better ones out there. I'll probably try to leave a link to that block in the video or in the comments. But here's some anti-seize Aeroshell 6433 MS grease, whatever that designation is. I read it, looked like it's the right stuff to use. So we're going to put a little bit of that on the barrel itself. Get a nice little coating. We'll try to get it on the lip there. There's that. And we'll put some on the threads. Try not to be too generous, but just get some on there. And I'll put just a little bit on the inside threads here as well. All right. So we got things greased up. Let's see how this barrel should be indexed. There we go. And then our barrel nut is going to go on. Now, one other thing, I'm still not sure. I've got to see if it's going to work with this. Barrel will be my gas block because this is a pretty small piece. I'm hoping this gas block will fit on here, but it looks pretty small. It looks like it might fit, so we might be okay. All right, so we've got the barrel on, we've got our barrel nut on, so now we're going to mess around with this block again and try to get it on and torqued a little bit. Terrible block. I tightened it up. going to turn it this way and about like that. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. All right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to be twisting this way. And trying to get to a click. I think that was a click. All right, we'll take it off. Okay, that loosened it. Let's do that again. There, clicked again. Oh, it's working. Pop it loose. Okay, that's loose. There's torqued on. All right. Wasn't sure if that was going to work or not, but it's on. Now if I can get it out. Hopefully I don't need that again. All right, we've got a barrel installed. All right, so we've got our barrel and nut torqued on. That looks good. Clean up this little bit of grease we got in there. So now I think it's time to install our gas tube and gas block, and hopefully this fits under our handguard. So let's get into this gas block here. Superlative arms, adjustable. So it's a cool little adjustable gas block. I'm gonna get a suppressor. It's on order, but it's back ordered. But we've got this gas block. Well, let's see. Appropriate length gas tube. Carefully slide the gas tube towards the barrel shoulder, allowing for a 0.25 gap somewhere there. Visually align the radius with the gas block. So I think what I've seen it should make sense to go this way. And here's our gas tube. And our gas tube has a pin with it, but this also has a pin with this, and I think that's the adjustment piece. And we're going to look at this pin, and hopefully this pin does us a little better than the pin on the forward assist. Alright, so let's see what we've got going on here. Alright, so this must be the adjustment for the adjustable. And it goes in there, clicks along, does that. might also be I'm going to look and see if I have my wrench for that one. That's too big. Too big. One of these is going to be just right. That's too small. I'm sure it's not metric, but I'm not sure where my other Allen keys are, but I think I have some. I could just probably use the one they gave me. Let's see, one of these has got to fit. Kind of looks like this one. Hey, there we go. There's a fit. Once I figure all these keys that I need, I'm going to keep a set of all these keys that I'm using kind of in a parts bag for maintenance. Oh, did I just put that one away that I just found? I think I did. Oh, it's too small. Yep, there we go. Let me keep that one aside. All right, here we go again. Let's see. Here's our gas tube. It's pretty cool. Now this should slide in and be like that over the gas block. So we are going to look and see if this gas block's going to fit with the handguard before I tap anything down. And I think I'm going to have to loosen these bottom ones up. And then just looking at the gas tube, it has a hole right here is where this little pin goes into. And it also has the gas port on one side. So make sure you get the gas port going down towards the gas port on the barrel. So that's going to be like that. And for me, looking at it, it's got the slight bend upward. And I'll be lining it up and getting it perfect on there. But right now we're just trying to see that it's going to fit. Tell you what, let me take this off. I don't know if I got everything out enough. Seems like it shouldn't be that hard to get on. Pretty sure those are not anywhere near it. Back them off a little bit more, but oh, they were. So I scratched my barrel a little. Learning. All right, so this is where this is going to go. And there's something about its placement. Allowing for a 0.025 inch gap between the shoulder and the back of the block. Use a feeler gauge. I think that's like a quarter. Let me see if I have a gauge here. All right, so it says the gap, and I'm assuming that's the gap in here. Just remembered I got that roll pin I don't want to lose. Slide the gas block towards the barrel and have a 0.025 inch gap. Well, 0.025 inch. Let's zero this. There's almost 0.025. It's not the best gauge, but you can see how tight that's got to be. I think just doing it visually will probably work. And so for just a moment, I'm just going to tighten it a hair so I can slide it over the slide the handguard over and just make sure that the handguard's going to work. All right, so we just tightened it a hair. It looks like it's straight up and down. So now we're just going to see how this is starting to come together. And yeah, that's going to be good. That will work. It's going to clear it. I thought I was going to have to get a different, like a low profile gas block or something. Ooh, this is looking sweet. Badass. All right, cool. So take this off. Let's get, let me turn this off. Now that I know how big that gap is, we're supposed to be. I'm gonna loosen this back up. And we'll get our gas tube set back in the, or put onto the block itself. So yeah, I didn't get these quite unscrewed enough. I thought looking at it, I didn't think there was any issue with them touching, but evidently there was. But we digress. All right, there's our gas tube. There's our hole for the gas. There's our roll pin hole. So that's got to go there. Our roll pin goes right in there. And I know they make a jig or something for this, but we don't have that. And I'm pretty sure that's the same size roll pin. I'm just going to use the one that came with the gas block itself. And let's see if I have a roll pin starter that will work for this one. Oops, that's a little too deep. That might be a problem with these roll pin starters. They're going to be too deep. Well, this one will get it started barely. Let's see if I can just get it started in here. Well, that got started pretty easy. All right, so let's double check. Here goes down. Oh, I guess getting it started makes it impossible to see. Well, you can see it from the other side. Once again, I'm kind of tearing up my roll pins. Wonder if I'm supposed to be using smaller pin. Feels like it's gonna rip it up. I need to do something flat. Something flat, but I'm squeezing this pin because I've kind of bent it a little bit. There, I brought it back. Now this is really, that's interesting because this is just going to hold the gas tube, and it's already through there. I can see the pin on this side of it. So is it good enough, or should I keep pounding at it and get it all the way in there? So I hit it. I'm going to mark this. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with good enough. We're just going to give it a shot. Roll pin's not my fave right now. Leave a comment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I think maybe I'm using not the right size roll pin punch because it's spreading out my roll pin, the end of it, before it gets down in there. Almost like I got to use a flat until it gets all the way down close. But I think it's good enough. Let's go with it. All right, so we're going back on to here. This gas tube is going to go in to the upper right through this hole, like so. And then we're going to make sure that we get it straight. We definitely don't want any. We want a little bit of, there's a little bit of play in that, but that's probably okay. If I twist it, like if I'm pushing this way, then there's no play. If I twist it that way, I can feel it. So I'm going to kind of eyeball this and try to get it exactly so there's just a little bit of play on both sides. And then we're going to look at that gap to be in such a small thing. Maybe right about there looks about what we measured. You just tighten both these up. I hear this is where Loctite comes in handy as well. I feel like I have it a little twisted. I'm going to loosen one of these up completely. The other one a little bit. I feel like it's pushing against this side more, so I've got to bring it off of that. Trying to keep that little gap. Okay, there I got it a good little bit. And I have the tiniest little gap like a fingernail. I think that's probably right. I'm going to tighten these up. There was a flat part on the bottom that one's going into, so that's good. Okay, I got just a little bit of play right there. That's what I was looking for, and tiny bit of gap there. I think that's the barrel torqued on, gas tube installed. I think the next thing is we'll put the handguard on. That's easy enough, goes right over. Just make sure it's aligned. Oh, not that one. This one goes to these. Just lightly tightening them up, making sure everything's still aligned properly. Was it this one or was it the other one? No, it was. More Loctite for later. Let's put a little twist on this side ones here. All right, that's solid. Pretty well aligned. Maybe not exactly though. No, I'm a little off. All right, look at this. We've got an upper. Now I didn't do anything for adjusting the gas block itself, but we'll see if this piece right here is going to be what's used to adjust it. It might fit in there and actually be able to adjust it right from the front, so we won't lose that. And all right, we've got this part of the upper done. We'll drop in the bolt carrier group and the charging handle, and we'll put our little thumb grip on, and we'll do that in another video. Thanks for watching. Alright, if you enjoyed the videos, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as the next ones come out. Have a good one.